Hey guys, it's Cerulean Jake bringing to you another episode of Fire Emblem Engage. In the last episode, we took on Sigurd and his paralog in order to upgrade his maximum bond level. And we managed to walk away quite successful, even beating his very powerful allies. In this episode, we're finally going to be moving on with the story once again. I also managed to get quite a lot of silver there, so maybe we got some forges in our future. Let's, we'll find out. First off, we gotta check our well pulls. See how those went. Yes, I forgot. I had to do a 3-star pull. Not quite enough steel to do a 4-star, but looks like we may have just fixed that. Let's see here. Steel lance. I seem to remember thinking that steel was in reach. Was I wrong? Maybe we got this. And I don't think we need that either. We got stiletto. That's a steel level thing. And then we just got the steel hand art. Yeah, there we go. And with that, next time, maybe we can get some silver stuff and we can do a 5-star. We've had plenty of 5-star pulls, so I'm not too broken up about not having all of it anymore. Still holding on to that silver blade because I'm not 100% if I want to use it or not. We shall find out. But until then, let's do a bit of training. Let's see. You're close, but is there anyone about to hit max level? We have a... Ooh. Is 30 the max level? I don't remember if 30 is the max level for thieves. It's 30 or 40. I want to say that it's 30, given that she's this close compared to everyone else. Because if she still had a whole another 10 levels to go, then that kind of means she's like way behind on levels compared to everyone else. So I don't think that's the case. Yeah, nobody's level 19 other than maybe Yunaka. Since I don't know that for sure, I'm going to prioritize other people. I'm going to say Diamant, Anna, and Seedall are the members of choice here.
If I win, you'd better buy something.
Anna immediately making it back into the arena.
Let's take it easy.
With an easy dub as well.
You're strong. I can learn a lot from you.
Wanna win next time? Have I got just the thing
Unfortunately, not getting the level. But you know what? That's fine. We're going to go ahead and give it to Diamant and Seedall because I said I would.
Just because we're allies.
I am Penette, Royal Soldier of Soul.
She does a lot of damage, but we double with 100% accuracy. Yeah, we're good.
You're a tough one, all right.
Thank you for sparring with me.
That'd definitely be a lot closer if she had one of her good axes. Silver is strong, but just alone, that wasn't beating upgraded Folkvanger. And then Seedall. You are so close that it does not matter what happens to you.
Let's begin.
Apologies in advance for the
Well.
devastation.
I appreciate the apologies, but we're skipping. We know how that's gonna go. We definitely do want to get Seedall to 20 or 25. Whatever level you get, I want to say it's 25. Whatever level you get the extra skill, like for the class skill. It's really nice to have, but not mandatory at all. He's still very much doing his job. Now, I did mention that by upgrading Sigurd, we now have access to upgraded Canter. And what exactly does that offer, you may be asking? Well, Canter is 2 spaces after acting. Canter Plus is very simple. It's 3 spaces. So I think that this is very worth picking up on about as many people as you can. It does get a bit expensive though, being that it's level 13. So with 1,400 bond fragments, I definitely want to give it to Chloe since I am constantly sending her out on dangerous missions. Giving her the ability to have an out is pretty great. So we definitely want to upgrade her.
Royal Knight of Firene.
I am Sigurd. Prepare yourself.
Alright, got an easy W.
I always do my best. Now and in the matches to come.
Those old school brave weapons just not good.
Sigurd, look! I found some extra special folk food, made from dried and fermented fish.
The smell is overwhelming. This is food, you say? It must be an acquired taste indeed.
Ah, yes. Those very short interactions. Not a whole lot to offer, huh? But regardless, we are now there. And we can go ahead and skip this
I will
one.
act as your opponent today.
Don't want to waste too much time here today.
I always do my best. Now
Not that we
and in the
wasted
matches
too
to
much
come.
time. I mean, dang, looks like she was going to finish it off right there. Now, do we have the SP for this? I know it's been a while since Edelgard has upgraded anything. Not Edelgard. I saw the Chloe and Edelgard for the name. That's what I said. All the way up at the front. Yeah, only 700. We need 1,000. So we're getting pretty close. And I'd say we can get that very easily, just naturally. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to let Chloe naturally get up there. Who else in that case? Goldmary, I'm pretty sure you don't. Yeah, you only have 400, so there's no way you're getting it. But since I am mentioning this, I can go ahead and mention that, oh, I already inherited on her. What am I talking about? Yeah, I've already got a little bit of lance power. Does that mean, can we upgrade it? No, I need 1,000. Yeah, I'd have to use a couple books, and I think I'll wait till she's about 500 before we do that. What else do we have? There's, of course, Seedall. I think we used all of his. Yeah, we used everything he had. Anyone else? There was Ivy. Ivy has Canter. But she's also at 400. Then again... You know what? I will spend it on Ivy. Since Chloe is so close, I'm not going to spend it on her. Ivy, on the other hand, it's going to be a while. So we'll just go ahead and expedite the process.
Ivy, Crown Princess of Elusia.
I am Sigurd. You think to duel me?
That's another easy
I
dub.
suppose. Though I may not say so as a princess of Elusia, I worship the divine dragon in my personal life.
This may be my first glimpse of your true self. I must say, I like what I see.
Okay. It's like a subtle hint of flirting. As a married man, come on now. Get a couple more levels, and then let's go ahead and inherit this. Also, we're running out. We're down to 4 digits of
I am
bond
Sigurd
fragments.
of House Chalfie.
Yeah, we know
I
how that's going.
suppose.
So, with that being the case... Yeah, I think that's all we want to do today. I will go ahead and obviously inherit it. We went through all the trouble of doing that. Use one of these many adept books I've been picking up from the well. And a novice book. She is good to go. And since that is a direct upgrade to something that we've already had, that's just going to auto-equip. So no worries about re-equipping anything. Speaking of re-equipping, let's go ahead and get Jean ready and raring to go for the next fight.
Sigurd!
We go together.
Also, I don't like being confused when I'm looking at my people I'm using here, so we're gonna unequip that and you two as well. Makes it a little bit easier to just at a glance see who's on the team and where that ends. Okay, with that, we've got everything pretty well wrapped up, so let's do the chores and get to the chapter. See you in a minute. And welcome back, everyone. We are here at the Forge, and I do think there is one thing I want to go and upgrade. We've been making a lot of decisions to swap over to the Brave Bow here. A lot of good scenarios where it's pretty good for us, but I have noticed that it is sometimes hard to justify because the Silver Bow just does more damage. So I kind of want to change that. And while we're not really going to be able to fix that problem entirely, at the end of the day, 8 damage 4 times is pretty good. Obviously adding on whatever we're getting from Alchrist, and then just more opportunities to hit Luna. I think that this is a pretty solid upgrade. I think it will allow us to get a little bit away from the Silver Bow, focus a little more on the Brave Bow, and that could be really cool. So let's go ahead and upgrade it. However, I will say that moving on from this point forward, it would be a wise idea to start hoarding when it comes to your precious metals.
I'll be here.
I'm not gonna get too much into it why. I'm just gonna say that it's a pretty good idea that you have a good stock of silver in the near future. Let's go ahead and get to the map. Oh my god, don't do that. It's not even a new day. I just took a break to talk to a friend and jam out to some music. I mean, come on. Alright. Chapter 18, Route to Elusia. Chapter 18, The Cold Voyage.
Veyle gave the Ring of the Holy Night to the Divine Dragon.
Apologies, my lord.
The Ring of Azure Twins lost as well. Twice my 4 hounds failed me. You do understand the gravity of all this.
Yes.
And Veyle?
Still in a deep slumber. No matter how much I amplify her draconic impulses, she won't awaken.
She refuses her true nature. In that case, take this.
What is it?
An enchanted helmet. It will strengthen the spell you cast on her. My power with your spell will correct what is wrong with Veyle.
I see.
Keep it safe. Use it when the time is right.
Of course. As you will it. There is something else I would like to discuss.
What?
Pardon me, Lord Sombron, but Lady Veyle is your only child, correct?
My only living child?
Yes.
That is correct.
Of course. I was speaking from fear, not fact. Forgive me.
Why ask such a thing?
Veyle believes one of her siblings is alive. I thought it best to raise with you. She spoke of an unbroken dragonstone. But she must be mistaken. We both know the truth. Your children were killed in the war 1,000 years ago, all but Veyle. I remember one who stood above the rest, with hair and eyes like fire. What was the name again? Something like...
Zephyr.
My lord.
I do not remember all my children's names or faces, but that one I killed myself.
Yes.
Moments later, I was imprisoned. Did you collect the body?
I did not.
Then I rescind what I said. The answer is no. And if you find that offspring, bring me a corpse this time.
Yes, Lord Sombron. As you wish.
Thanks for arranging this ship for us, Alfred.
Thank my mother, not me. When I said we were headed to Elusia, she got one of the fleet's finest lined up.
How was everything at the capital?
Well enough. There haven't been any attacks since we left for Brodia.
What a relief.
I told Mother what the other side's been up to, how they're after sovereign blood. She was shocked, of course, to hear about King Morian and King Hyacinth.
Understandably so.
As for the destruction at Flora Port, the royal family will spare no expense on aid, though it may be years before the harbor is returned to its original beauty.
We must defeat the Fell Dragon so that such horrors never happen again.
What's our plan? When we arrive, do we head straight for Elusia Castle?
First, we should try to learn what we can from the Elusian people. Rings or no rings, if we don't know what we're up against, we could lose everything. Besides, there's something I need to find out.
And what's that?
Whether Veyle is all right.
From our vantage, the hounds certainly didn't seem pleased.
They may attempt to erase her personality. If anyone can do it, that woman can.
I know Veyle killed my mother. Nothing we've learned changes that. But I can't help but worry about her. I hope she's not hurt.
Yes, I suppose she's a victim in this too. And she did risk her neck to give us the ring.
Or it was all an act and she's just gaining our trust to stab us in the back. Again.
That's worth considering. We don't know enough to rule anything out.
Still, I want to trust her.
Divine One, excuse me. 2 ships flying Elusian colors approach from ahead.
Any sign of the hounds?
None. However, it appears the enemy intends to attack us.
Then we've got no choice but to fight them on the water. Prepare for battle, everyone.
Yes, a staple of Fire Emblem. Battle on the water. Well, at least this isn't Sacred Stones. Let's take a look. How many units do we get? All -1. So let's see. Probably want to go ahead and bench one of our rotational units, since we are training up Seedall in hopes of getting that extra skill. Let's go ahead and bench Hortensia, and we'll bring in Jean. Everyone else looks good to go. Of course, the items, I did do some moving around. After all, Jake has a physique, and I know just where that goes, too. You need to fix your items. The silver sword, I think, is probably fine to hold on to. But we definitely want to pick up that physique again. We don't want to have that just chilling on the back burner. You're fine. Where's the stabs? Here we go. You're fine. You're fine. So everyone should be good to go in that case. I really need to start inheriting some stuff on Jean. You got 1700. I don't even remember what I... Oh, yeah. One of his... It's been a little bit. One of the things I wanted to inherit on him was a no-go because he doesn't need it. Oh, and the other's Lance Power, so I mean, I could inherit it. We're getting pretty close to level 2, I want to say. Well, anyway. Let's go ahead and position. So, the way that this map is set up, we have some magic that's getting fired at us from a long range. So we are going to have to take care of that if we want to simply move in our armor knights and just tank stuff. But there is a way to get around that, of course. We can just find good positions to put them in away from magic users. Unfortunately, down here doesn't look like a great option because we have 3 magic users here on top of just this. So I think the Armor Knight going right is not a good decision. Instead, the Armor Knight should go left. And we'll put her up here, just out of range of this guy. And alternatively, we can just shoot him down. I don't know that we necessarily want to do that. It might be a good idea, so I can go here. Obviously, I want magic taking care of that. And we also got the flyers here that are going to be coming in on us. So, I gotta be careful of that. That said, I don't think it's a horrible idea to position Ivy over here. Chloe could go straight back and take care of those guys, but then that kind of puts her burned for a little while. Because she's not wanting to deal with, like, pretty much any of this. So, probably better to keep her in the action somewhere. I could move her up instead, take care of the axe flyers, and then move her to the right to deal with these guys. That's not a bad idea. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move her like here-ish. Well, actually, maybe this side, because this side is going to need a lot of attention. I do know that for a fact. We got archers. We do want to be careful of this. We'll make sure that we're doing fine. Oh, well, the range is a little skewed. You can only actually reach to here. So that's not helpful, having that turned on. Yeah, the archers are a little bit of a problem. So I think the best option, even though there are a bunch of mages that can swing at us, the best option is to come over here and drop a smoke. Attract a lot of attention. And then just be able to get in there. We also want our dancer going this way to make sure we have a lot of action economy. Next, I kind of just want to start filling some gaps on who's going to be able to handle what. We don't have any magic set to go to the right, so we need Saline or Anna going that way. I guess I will put... we'll put Anna over here. And you there. We also have a cannon. This is really helpful, not necessarily for the reason you may think. Initially, you may think, oh, well, it's just kind of our way to deal with that. Well, actually, the biggest thing that you're going to be able to do with this is it's a flame cannon. So you're going to be able to light spaces on fire. It's similar to how the Camilla ring works. We'll be able to just have a bunch of area denial, and that's going to be really handy for us. There's no particular unit that has to operate it. That said, I'm not seeing a specific use that I need Alcrest here for, so he might end up being the one to do it. I think overall this looks fine to me, so let's go ahead and save. And fight.
We're fighting on 2 fronts. Good news is, the ship's got flame cannons that'll set fires and slow down the enemy. Be careful though. Wouldn't want our allies to get caught in the blaze.
Alfred has some very sound advice. That is exactly what you should be using that for.
Since the king's death, my country has become something unrecognizable. Elusia's armies serve Elusia no longer, but the hounds. Is this truly what I meant to do?
Indeed, we have a enemy soldier over there that is not so enthused about the side he's fighting for. So perhaps we could do a bit of convincing.
I am prepared.
But first, we need to handle everything that's going on over here. Let's get the spear out and wait. Do you have a longbow? Nope. So that should be a kill for us.
Let's go.
We're going to move up here, attract both of these guys' attention. Do you have range? Silver and silver? Nope. So this is a no attune option. And we wait. Next up, we want to grab as much attention as we can. You know what? There is an item I want to give you. Who has one? You have one, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Get over here. Trade. I want you to have the pure water. Because while the hope is that you're going to avoid most of everything, these mages are not going to be affected by that smoke. So, just want to make sure that you're going to be fine. Here we go.
The choice is yours.
And then we will dance and get you in there. Am I safe here? Yeah. That gets me kind of in the action. So we attract a lot of attention doing this. We have 28 res as compared to 36 damage, 133. So they have a little less than 30% chance to hit me. Everyone else has no chance in hell, so that's fine by me. We don't want to go too far because we want them to come to us. So I think right here is about where we want to be. And we're going to drop the Vein of Fog. And now that's going to cut them off from getting to us.
I can fight. So
Jake can get up here, not attract any attention. Finally, how we want to deal with these guys.
I'm ready.
Can I reach? It's not very far, I know. Yeah. Oh, wait. Can we click right here? Does that work? It's not really worth it because that's a 3-hit KO. That's so much time wasted to get rid of one unit. Yeah, let's hold off on that.
No mistakes.
So Ivy has Canter Plus now, so I could reasonably take a kill with Thunder, in fact. Take a kill, and then 1, 2. Yeah, I'm completely out of range. This is a very safe play. Good old Olwen Ring. Not that we would have needed it this time.
For Elusia.
Just take a free critical hit. Honestly, I'm fine standing here, baiting the Armor Knight. He's got a spear. And then we just trade to get Balganon. There we go. And then Celine, you're going to move up here because she might... If something goes wrong and the magic units start moving toward her, I'd like a little bit of backup. Now, we do have some treasure chests that we are needing to go for here. One here and one right here. And there are some thieves that are going to run for them. Now, I don't know exactly where the thieves are able to disappear. I don't know where they're trying to get to, but they can pilfer the chest, so you will want to take care of them. Honestly, everything's pretty well covered, and I don't want Diamant taking the attention away from Inaka all that much. I'm fine dealing with this one archer, though, if he wants to come my way.
You got it.
You can just go there.
Off I go.
Jean, actually, in reality, well, this is going to get very busy in a minute. So, Jean, yeah, go ahead and reinforce this side. Took the damage there. Not optimal. But it's a free kill.
Death does not frighten me. I know my wife awaits me on the other side.
Well, I would certainly hope that you're not afraid of death. That's going to be the best you have to offer.
Sorry if that was too much.
Was that too much?
Got a lot of easy stuff going on here. Got a little quiet there because I'm trying to bring something up that I forgot to pull up. Kind of just like completely spaced on, hey, this is a show where you're supposed to be commentating. I just need to find the one thing I'm looking for. This right here. That's what I was looking for.
You were beautiful while you lasted.
Alright, since we got that pulled up, we can refocus on what the hell's actually happening here. Not that we really need to. Our plays were very safe. Okay, so we got some motion going there towards the chest.
They're nice and distracted. Don't mind me, chumps. I'm just here for the treasure.
Ah, right there. Oh, yeah, there's the little boat. Yeah, I didn't see that. But, I mean, he's going to be long gone by the time we let that happen. He will be dead in the sense that I mean. So we got the mages coming up. I don't really want to bait the... I don't really want to bait him. They do have wind, so there's that. I think I can go here, and this is a pretty free kill. At 27 4 times before my opponent can even respond. Ulchrist has gotten a little bit insane.
Yes.
Just a wee bit. That one, unfortunately, we would have to take a hit, and that's not what we want in life. So what about this? Can we do this? Fire this right here. How much does that do? Does that put him in range? Yes, it does. We don't have to take the return hit now. Good, good, good.
Nothing left of you.
We got a level. See what this is all about. Very nice. Always would prefer a speed on Ivy if we can get it, but that was basically all the stats that she's typically good at, so we're happy with that. Also noticing that this guy has wind and is able to extend the range on it, so not optimal. Especially since now Ulchrist... Yeah, okay, he's baiting that. I did not realize that he would be baiting that. I mean, I got a way that I could deal with it. I can kill the mage. I can't kill the... Yeah, I can't kill him. So long as... How much luck do we have? We have 14 luck, so that's going to be negating about half of the killer axe. He's sitting on a crit rate of 37. So he'll have a little bit of a crit rate against us, and that sucks. We have 20 defense, and we're obviously faster. So we'd be taking 19. 19 times 3 is enough to kill us. So, I mean, we kind of just need to hope that we don't get crit. Or if we could just dodge it. That'd be cool. There is, like, a reasonable chance that we can just dodge. That was a blunder, unfortunately. And I do need to commit Anna in order to sort of negate the blunder as much as possible. We don't actually have to go that far, though. We can do it. No, maybe not. No, we could have. Oh well, but just do it from here.
It's a terrible state of affairs.
There we go. Probably would have been easier if I went ahead and just ripped the old draconic time crystal, but we're doing fine. It's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and delete this guy.
You were beautiful while you lasted.
Very good. And then we'll get Gold Mary up there. And even though they got the advantage, we're going to eat these guys alive. Chloe is now in a good position to go ahead and move over here, but first, let's handle this situation. We need somebody to deal with this. I'd like, optimally, I'd like Magic to be able to deal with that. So I think we need to get Anna back over here. So that kind of tells us what Seedall's doing. You can move there and you'll be fine. And then we kill this guy.
I'm here.
Mediocre.
Followed up with moving Jake in. We're going to talk to Lyndon here.
You aren't fighting?
I suppose I should. Yet I find myself reluctant to spill blood for this broken nation. Look at me, saying such a thing to my foe. I must be going senile.
Why don't you join me? I'm the Divine Dragon. My army is working to defeat the Fell Dragon and take back Elusia.
The Divine Dragon?
I know you're devoted to the Fell Dragon, but I am allied with Princess Ivy, if that helps.
Princess Ivy is alive. As far as I'm concerned, where she stands, there lies Elusia. My devotion has always been to the royal family itself. Please, take me with you.
Of course. Thank you.
Lyndon, long ago, I served as a royal soldier. I may be getting on in years, but with my magic, I can still open these soldiers' eyes to the truth.
Indeed he can, as he has now joined our party. And since we are next to an enemy, we can go ahead and just deal with that. Good dodge.
Dream well.
There we go. Now let's talk about Lyndon. Now, Lyndon's got some interesting stuff going on. This would be our first unit that I like to refer to as plug and play. We were getting a bunch of units such as Marin, Rosado, Gold Mary, where they kind of need a little something to get going. Lyndon is not that. Lyndon is distinctly our first real, true, pre-promoted, ready to use right out of the box unit. Does that mean he is good? Not necessarily. I'll put it to you this way, he's not bad. I don't think that he is the most broken unit in the game. I do think he is plenty usable, though. I, for one, have never really tried using him, but hear me out. Taking a look at the growth rates, here's the thing about pre-promotes and being this close to the end of the story. If you don't plan on doing a bunch of the paralogs, it's gonna be not a lot of level ups that you get with this guy, and so he's not gonna get much better than his base stats, and that's gonna be what's important. So the fact that he has some okay growth rates are not so important. It's nice. It's good that his magic is 55. Dex could really be better. Speed is pretty solid. I mean, it's your typical Sage. We're kind of focused on all the magic sides of things. But taking a look at Lyndon, we can see that his build is only 10. So he's probably going to be leaning more into the side of either using the Olwen Ring or some not so heavy tomes. But I mean, this is an issue that we struggle with on all of our mages. I'm sure if I looked at all of our other mages that we've been giving heavy tomes, we're going to see a similar issue of low build. You can invest into Lyndon and make this work just fine. This is really just a unit that it's kind of hard to want to invest in him, given that we've probably already built a full team by this point. But what exactly does Lyndon bring to the table that nobody else does? Well, whoops. He has his personal skill. If the unit is equipped with a weapon of lower level than the foes, it grants crit plus 20 during combat. So, my understanding of how this works is essentially saying, you know, the references that I'm making, there's iron level, steel level, silver level, Thoron being like a silver level weapon. Realistically, this is kind of the worst weapon that they could have started him with. He'd actually be a little better off with Thunder, which kind of makes him pretty damn good with the Olwen Ring, since she wants to use Thunder anyway. You can really turn him into a critting machine if you go with Olwen Ring Thunder with an engraving instead of something like Roy or Ike. You could go with something more along the lines of Camilla. Overall, I would say not a bad unit, and if you're missing out on some magical damage this late in the game, he's certainly going to serve you just fine. I just would not expect him to be your all-star. I guess since I talked about it, we should actually look at his base stats. Base speed of 19 is not bad. Dexterity 21 makes up for the fact that his growth rate is not the best. Magic 19, we would love that to be a lot higher, but you know, for nailing crits, then it's not a big deal. 21 res is awesome. Yeah, overall, not a bad unit. I would recommend using if you're in a situation that you failed to train up a magic unit at this point in the game.
Very interesting.
I, however, will not be using him, not even after a reclass. So let's move him out of the way. Next up, how do we want to handle this? I think we can run up and just get rid of this guy. That'd be really helpful. There we go.
Is it strange that I'm fighting?
Then we back off. Come up here, and we can block a lot of these guys' advance. They can still reach because they can step out to the side here, but we'll be fine, I believe. We're gonna move up here and take care of this archer. That gives plenty of room for Chloe to be able to move on in. We double check and make sure everything over on the left was going fine. I remember this whole situation is not looking great, but we kind of just made as much room as possible for that to all work out. Now this guy is dead. Air raid is always such a nice skill. It's very similar to Crom's surprise attack, where you can't always make use of it, but when it comes up, man, it's so nice. Alright, so he's going to pick up a speed wing. Definitely something we want ASAP. These guys have no chance. So we have now hit... Oh, okay, good. We have now hit a point where we're starting to experience why exactly Yunaka and Korin synergize so well. It's not just the it is not just the fog. The fog is great. don't get me wrong. But it's also pair up. Pair Up has offered us the unique opportunity to have a dodge tank that is completely unaffected by backup units. One of the very few things that can possibly bring that down. With Pair Up, we're preventing the chain attacks from happening at all. Or I think they happen, but they can't hit. So now at this point, we legitimately only have one weakness. And that is that magic units just ignore the avoid. So we're not really worried about that, to be frank with you. Very, very strong combo. I really do love Yunaka.
I can still help.
Let's see here. You can secure a kill there. So we'll definitely hand that over. John's got to do a little bit of work to catch up since we left him behind for a chapter. You unfortunately can't reach that. You're not doing much with the hand axe. I'm going to hold off on Anna because we want to figure out this whole situation over here, which honestly doesn't appear to be much of a situation anymore. Weirdly enough, I'm kind of fine with... Well, you only have an avoid of 61. So, I would say it's not the safest thing for me to do, so we probably shouldn't. Instead, you are definitely going to get this kill. This is a nice and easy kill that we can get. Guaranteed, in fact.
I can't believe I did that.
We got 1,000 on Alcris there. Might be looking into getting his next skill pretty soon. So I think we're good on this side to just kind of go on the offensive.
I'm ready to dig in. I'm sorry.
Outside of maddening, I would say that this map definitely isn't that hard. It's obviously it's not like a pushover. You shouldn't take it lightly, and I do think that if I recall, we're gonna end up getting some reinforcements here in a minute.
My turn. I'm not afraid anymore.
It's not really something you need to worry about all that much. We are very well trained for this point in the game. That said, just having to fight a battle on two fronts does require a good bit of focus, so would love to jump to a different topic by now. I'm kind of focused on making sure I don't screw up here. I think what I want to do, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to heal. And now that puts you in a great position to be able to deal with all this BS. Good. Managed to hit both. Wait there, just outside of that archer's range. And we can get you back in the action. I'll wait here. Get that free EXP. Can we bait one of you? No. We're a little out of range, but that's okay. You can go ahead and move on over there. Can you get this guy with bolting? I mean, you could hit him, but you can't get him. So let's go ahead and just let's handle Jake's issue over here, attracting all of these silver lances. Just delete him instead.
It's a terrible state of affairs.
Goodbye. And then you can man the cannon. Not that we really need it at this point. It is a very limited range. Okay. Looks like we are good to go. Oh yeah, we got you. I mean, that's a physical unit down there? Yeah, we do not care. Here you go. Give that guy a whack. That should be the end of it. Not happening, boss. Once again, not happening.
Was that too much?
What else do we got? Alright, looks like everyone's pretty well safe. We can run up here and finish this off. I'm fairly certain that that... Alright. Always appreciate that. Got a lot of SP on Saline here. That SP conversion really coming up clutch. You could finish this off. And even if we somehow manage to miss, not a big deal because I believe he's non-aggressive. It's actually got a 10% crit rate to do no damage against us. Toss that Speedwing in the convoy. Not entirely sure where I want to put that just yet. Possibly Ivy? Don't know. We'll take a look around. This is a free kill. Give that over to Alchrist.
I'm sorry.
That's a little bit of a situation. We don't really want to handle that with Ivy. I might try to get Saline over there. What do you have? Silver? I can bait you. Ivy's pretty tanky. We just gotta go Balganon. And we can actually reach Saline if we do this way. Move you over here. And do you have a longbow? Nope, silver. So if we stand right here, we'll be fine. I think we get... Do we get some EXP if we rally? No, but we get Bond, which is also good for us. Nothing going on over there, so let's go ahead and use Yunaka for the Thieves' original purpose. Opening up chests. Second seal. We will need that eventually. Let's see. Archer. I mean, I think we're just going to come up here and heal up. Annette's really just not getting any attention.
I'll do my best.
She kind of just... I haven't really had a purpose in using her this time around. So she's just been kind of chilling. Here you go. You can have this. Do you need any XP? Yeah, there you go. That's a nice little chunk. And you can come over here and pick up a free antitoxin, I guess. Just kind of file in, charge that boss here pretty soon. $21 damage. That's not very nice, but we can deal with it. You get Ivy moving back over that way to heal up now that the archer is gone. That archer is baited. Does everybody else come with him? We actually did not manage to secure the kill there. So Ivy is not going to be able to move the full length there. Instead, we're going to have to go about here. Take that kill. And then Super Canter over there. There we go. Next, let's see, how's your move? If we can get here, we can actually kill this guy with no danger from that one. So if I full move, I can definitely reach it. And I'm so confident in this that I'm going to end Seadoll's turn here to get the quality time. There we go. Easy kill.
I will not forget your loss.
This is part of the reason why I like training up a lot of units that kind of fill like all of the slots. I know that a common strategy in Fire Emblem is picking out your favorite like 5 or so units and just training them. And to some extent, we have kind of done that. I mean, Alchrist, Chloe, Anna, Diamant, all of these have been characters that have been getting a little more training than, say, the other ones. But at the end of the day, I'm still putting a good amount of EXP on everybody. That's kind of how I prefer to play. But I do think that the really cool thing about FE is that they do allow for a multitude of strategies to work.
There's nothing to
There are some more cheesy strategies that they try to make less optimal. Say, trying to solo everything. That becomes a lot harder. Especially when you get to maps similar to this one, where you really need to split your focus a lot of ways. Especially if there was something that you needed to defend. Like, say, I needed to defend a point up here and a point down here. Then soloing this whole thing with Alear would just be nigh impossible. Now, I do think that this chapter with just Alear is a lot more doable, given that the only thing you need to do is kill this guy, or girl. And realistically, you just slowly make your way up there until eventually you bait her and kill her. But you're kind of getting what I'm getting at. Is that there's going to be objectives that are a lot less possible with just a single unit. And so long as you at least have a few that are trained up well, then you don't realistically have to worry about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this guy. Good old Balganon.
Rest now.
Guess it's more like Bolganon instead of Balganon. I mean, I can tell you right now that probably... Ooh, hello. I didn't even see you guys because I sped along. I can tell you that's probably not going to change because I've called it Balganon for so long. 11 Sword, we're not fast enough. These guys are pretty quick on their feet. And unfortunately, 10 extra damage ain't gonna do it either. So there's no point in engaging right this minute. But let's just get some good damage down. And instead of doubling up, we're just gonna go for the finish. There we go.
I will never fail.
I don't think I'm really worried about you. Let's see, 120. I mean, 60 hit. I mean, there's the weapon penalty, but still, that's a decent hit rate. 15 defense. Okay, so I'm taking 25 damage. I assume only once. Yeah, only once. We can take it. It'll be fine. I don't need to engage this, and Alchrist can actually move this way to... I guess technically... we got this guy pretty well handled. I keep saying guy. We got this lady pretty well handled. There's not really much she can do. So, Alchrist doesn't need to come over here. Yeah, it'll be fine.
I have my orders. You will not survive this battle.
If you say so. Ouch.
All flowers eventually wilt.
Get a nice and easy kill. And I believe all that's left, yep, all that's left is her. So, just head in and finish you off with Jean and Diamant.
Please
protect us.
I won't flinch.
Folkmonger just barely not taking the kill, interestingly enough. I could try to fish for a crit, but I mean, Folkmonger has some pretty good crit rate too.
Nothing short of victory.
Speaking of, nice and easy kill.
I deserve no less.
I believe this is the chapter that I stopped on my maddening playthrough. That's not to say that I've done all of the paralogs up to this point on maddening. That is only to say that this is as far as I got in the main story with maddening. And yeah, this chapter is definitely a lot harder there. Oh, right here is fine. And we don't have any post-story, at least not yet. Got some iron. Are we gonna... We did see some silver in the last chapter, so maybe? Ugh. Got bond fragments there, and we only got one more spot left. Is this just gonna be some steel? It is just some steel. Alright, alright. I am wanting that silver. A seagull? It is a seagull. You just kidnap a seagull from the ocean. But no need to do that. I think we are good to move on here. Let's head back to the Somniel, see if we have any post-battle conversation here, or if we're just ending it off. I think there is a little bit.
Elusia is in sight.
So, I've returned.
Are you all right?
Whatever has become of Elusia, I'll still do what I must. Givre Port is a little farther north. I suggest sailing there.
Understood.
It's near the castle and the cathedral, so we should be able to gather intel there. I will inform the others of our destination.
Marth, Celica, Micaiah, Roy. We've returned without you, but we'll get you back this time. Just hang on.
Elusia. A return then to the land where we were separated from our fellow emblems.
If reunited, we can at last grant the power we offer once every 1,000 years.
We should discuss our other option. That is, the far greater power only we know about.
Yes, of course. The miracle. We could use that power at long last. I would suggest Lumera.
I don't like this idea. We shouldn't perform the miracle. We have to think of the future.
I agree. The whole future. We can't favor anyone with it now.
Favor someone? We're talking about Lumera. We can prevent a tragedy.
Please. Those of us who were scattered in other lands are still learning all that's happened.
Some of us were at her castle. Some were not. It's natural to see things differently. So, we are not all in agreement. At least at present.
Using our power every 1,000 years is one thing. The miracle. We've never used it before. Never in all of existence.
The cost of doing so is not small. Perhaps we should never, ever use it. Of course, we are not all here. What might the others think? What might they decide?
Interesting little foreshadowing there. Now, it is a little direct what they're talking about, I think. It's a little obvious. But this is one of the times I will come to the defense of Fire Emblem Engage and its storytelling. I do think that... Okay. Let me just get this out of the way. If you know anything about narratives, if you bring something up and then just never elaborate on it and it never happens, then that's bad storytelling. So it's kind of not really spoilers to say that whatever this miracle is, it's going to come up again. I will defend Fire Emblem Engage and say that if they did not foreshadow this at all, then it is actually worse writing than for the emblems to mention it. So, although that was a little obvious, I think it's better than the alternative. So, I'm just getting it out of the way. I just wanted that to put that out there. We are done with that chapter. We are moving on. I will see you guys in the next one.